Recently, something startling happened regarding Azerbaijan. And I'm not just talking about the new blue-smelling cologne from Shanjan. Yes, Khadija Ismailova, a reporter who exposed high levels of corruption in the government, was sentenced to 7 years in prison. Also, I came in 4th place out of 5 in a traditional Azerbaijani dancing competition. Now, some of you out there might think that Ismailova's arrest isn't that big of a deal. If anything, it's exactly what you'd expect from a country that functions as the ham in a Russia and Iran ham sandwich. But she's not the only journalist who was arrested recently. Check out what happened in Turkey and Egypt just days before Ismailova's arrest.
Authorities in the United States are asking for Turkey to release 2 Vice journalists that have been imprisoned on allegations that they're working with the Islamic State and Kurdish militants.
Egypt's at it yet again. 3 Al Jazeera journalists were sentenced to 3 years in prison for doing their jobs. Or, if we go by the judge's words, for spreading false news.
So if you're counting, in addition to Ismailova, that's 2 Vice journalists in Turkey, 3 Al Jazeera journalists in Egypt, and 1 dance judge who were all arrested, the latter by my amazing performance. But why were the journalists arrested? That's my question.
The journalists were subject to questions of whether they were working on behalf of the ISIS, or the Kurdish militant group PKK. They denied the accusation, saying they were only doing their job.
That's exactly what Amal Clooney, human rights lawyer and my future wife, said of the journalists in Egypt after their sentence was handed down. Amal?
The verdict today sends a very dangerous message in Egypt. It sends a message that journalists can be locked up for simply doing their job, for telling the truth and reporting the news.
She may be the beauty or the beast, maybe the famine or the feast.
So what happens now? Well, the reporters in Turkey were released, but the guys in Egypt and Ismailova in Azerbaijan probably won't be, which is a pretty frightening precedent for journalists who are just doing their job. That got me thinking. My job is to take a look at events and explain them to you, my wonderful yet sheltered audience. Could I also go to jail just for explaining things? I took to the streets to find out.
Stop sign means don't cross. This is how you smoke a cigarette. Exhale.
As it turns out, explaining things isn't a crime, but dancing is. On private property.